Hello, everybody. I can't really see the chat from way up there. I'm trying to read it down here. Looks like I got Joshua and Shatika Woods in the house. We'll wait a little bit and give other people time to get in here. We're going to be using the induction cooker today. A lot of people wanted to see me use like a regular pan on the burners instead of using the grill, so that's what we're going to do today. But you do have to have like a cast iron, pure aluminum. Let's see. If you ever have used one of these, there's certain pots and pans that you have to use. I've got settings going crazy over here. I want my chat up here. There. But anyway, if you're going to use one of these induction cookers, and you'll get a book with it if you ever do. This is AIM Chef, AMZ Chef, the one that was sent to me for free just to do demonstrations with it, you know, do videos with it, that type of thing. But in choosing the right cookware, steel cast iron, aluminum cast iron, stainless steel, flat bottom pans, pots with bottom diameter of 12 inches to 26 centimeters. 12 centimeters to 26 centimeters. Suggested to use the right, because I found if you put the wrong type of pot on here or pan, it'll turn itself off and give you an error message. So you got to use the right kind. So we're using cast iron today. So far that's the only one of my pots that I've got will work on here, or pans. Now I had this pan up here because I thought it was stainless, but it's not stainless, it's aluminum or something else, and I kept getting an error with it, so it would not work with this pot. How many do we have in here so far? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong buttons on my laptop. See, we got Shatika, Joshua, Dark, Seabreeze. Hello, everybody. I'm going to try to leave this alone, so I might be able to read it. But yeah, I had to get some water boiling hot because we're going to use fresh tomatoes in this. Now you can use just a regular can of tomatoes, the small cans. What is it, like 10, 12 ounce cans of tomatoes? But I've got all these fresh tomatoes, so I'm going to use them. Shatika, Joshua, Dark, Seabreeze. Welcome everybody to my live chat today, my live video. Yeah, I've been wanting to do this, and I'll probably do my neck bones maybe tomorrow or the next day, but I wanted to do this video first because I just had an urge that I wanted some of this, so that's why I'm going to fix this today. I'm not even going to tell you what it is yet, let you start guessing. But I got all these fresh tomatoes over here. I'm just going to plop right down in the scalding hot water. And you know that's to get the peeling off of them. I'm picking the ripest ones that I can find. Whew! My pot's not big enough, y'all. I think it'll be okay. But that is scalding, boiling hot water. We're going to leave them sit there for just a couple of minutes, and then we can rinse them off and start peeling them and use them in the recipe. What's going on? We're cooking today, Dark. Yeah, I decided we'd cook something today. If I could get this closer, it would help. Don't want to get it too close to my pan, but I need it close enough I can read my chat, you know? Oh no, somebody's out to get me. And I think I know who it is. I have already reported them to YouTube because they're using my profile picture, my profile, my name, coming into my chat, causing problems, and then they're going other places too. So they're trying to get me in trouble, and I hate it, but there's nothing I can do except report them. But whenever you're in any other chat and you see me come up, report them because it's not me. I mean, the only ones I usually go to is maybe Rita's Roost or Leave Everything in Wonder. And then I don't even get in a live chat. I'm watching their videos. So I'm not in a live chat. Usually I'm not in a live chat, basically, unless it's Rita's Roost. Once in a while I'll just go in there and just come in the live chat and basically say hello to everybody, and that's it. But if you can, if you're in any other chat and you see my name with a derogatory comment, you know it's not me. It's someone trying to get me in trouble. So if you can, report them, block them, or do something. I don't know what to do. Thank you, Donna. We've got Mary Zenner here. Donna, Seabreeze, Dark, Joshua, Shakita. Samia's family vlog, hello. Yeah, we're going to be cooking on this induction cooktop. And I found, like I said, the pan that works the best for me is my cast iron pan on this. Right now I'm trying to get my tomatoes so I can peel them. And then I'll get something else cooking in the pot over here. Yeah, but this is an old southern, even Appalachian recipe that I'm going to be doing today. So it comes from the deep south. Very deep south. Something they fixed all the time because, you know, they had basically the tomatoes and everything right out of their garden. They had a lot of the ingredients readily available. Some of them had cows, so they produced their own cheese. So, yeah, we're going to get with it here in just a minute. As soon as I think my tomatoes have been in here long enough to get the peeling off of them. Woo, they're hot, y'all. I'm just over here rinsing them. You may not be able to see me. Trying to cool them down a little bit. And we'll get the peeling off of them and cut these bad, you know, the parts off of the end that I don't really want in my recipe. But you can see how, if you zoom close, you can see how easy it is to get the peelings off of these tomatoes once you put them in scalding hot water. And I guess I started at the wrong end to peel them, really. Just comes off that easy. And I'm putting those peelings in my compost tea bucket. Because that'll all go in the compost. But this is the easiest way I know to ever peel a tomato that you're going to cook. Because a lot of times you don't want the peelings in there. I had to cut this one a little bit. Such a big tomato, I had to cut it in half to hold it. There might be one or two little spots that you'll have to, but you can basically pull the skin right off with your hands. Just cut where that stem was out. I don't want that part in there. Now I'm going to put some water back on and I'm going to cook some macaroni noodles, pasta noodles. Get that to boiling. And I'm just going to try to cook those al dente. I don't want them completely cooked. But there's my tomatoes already peeled. You know, I didn't want to cook them yet, but I did need to get them peeled. Now I can turn my burner on, and it's got dual controls, so you can operate either side, either burner individually. I've got that up on about 8 because I wanted to get it pretty warm to begin with. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. I got basil out of the garden a few minutes ago, and I have washed it off. That's going to go in our dish. And I've got a bunch of stuff that fell in the floor. Oh well. Oh well. I guess I could cut my tomatoes up a little bit because I don't want them quite that big to go in my pan. They'll cook better to chop them up a little bit. Oh, these tomatoes smell so good, y'all. They really do smell good. And you moderators, if you see trolls coming in, get rid of them. I can't watch the screen, so I don't know if there's trolls coming in or not. You'll have to do the work for me today. That's one thing I don't like about going live too much unless I can be right in front of the camera because of the trolls coming in. And sometimes my moderators, they hesitate to get rid of them. But if you see anybody coming in with my face and my name, You know it's a troll. Just get rid of them. And any of you that just told me that they've seen my face, my name coming into other people's lives, leaving remarks, you know it's not me, please send me an email. My email is below all of my videos, all of my lives, hauserlinda49@gmail. Send me an email and tell me whose lives you've been seeing these in. Because I want to go to these lives. I want to see for myself. And I'm going to report them. I mean, you know, I can't be in everybody's life, so I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and start cooking our onions. I thought I stepped on something. I hope this pan is big enough. It may not be. I got a little bit more tomatoes there than I thought I had gotten, so. But we're just going to saute these onions a little bit. Got Donna Placedia, Cindy Powell, Tamara Douglas, Mary Jensen, Virgo Boy. Welcome to our cooking show today. Yeah, I may not use all of these tomatoes in this. I may only use part of them. I'll use part of them in another recipe. But like I said, you can use like a 10-ounce can of chopped, crushed tomatoes or diced up tomatoes if you don't have fresh tomatoes in your garden. I am going to put a little bit of garlic. This is crushed garlic. Probably about half a teaspoon. Now I'm going to start adding some of my tomatoes. Yeah, I cut up way too many tomatoes here. But like I said, I can always use them in another dish. Maybe put a few more, some of that juice in there. That's probably about a can of tomatoes right there, I would think. I've got about a half a box of elbows. I'm not sure I'm going to use all of them. Measure, see how many I've got. Now you can use any type of pasta noodle you want. You can use seashells, you know, you can use the spirals, any of it. There's 1 cup. I was about right. It made 2 cups to put in there. And that's what I wanted. 2 cups of noodles, pasta noodles. Now I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Pepper. And you put salt and pepper to your taste. It's up to you. I'm going to put onion powder. It's not coming out very fast because of the steam. And I'm going to put some garlic powder. Don't have to use too much because we've already got the garlic in there. Now I'm going to do it the lazy way. I've got some chicken bouillon powder. I'm going to put about a spoonful of that in there. A heaping teaspoonful. And I'm going to add water later, but I want my tomatoes to cook a little bit. Because they are kind of in big pieces right now. I want them to cook down some. Now, I can put my basil. And like I said, it's just basil I got out of the garden. I probably ought to separate it a little bit. I don't want big hunks of it in there at one time. Separate the leaves a little. And I like basil. You may not like basil as good as I do, so how much basil you put in there depends on how well you like it. Okay? Put this down here to put my things on. Yeah, I think that's enough tomatoes in there. Clean that up a little bit and put me a lid on it. And I'm going to put the rest of these cut up tomatoes in the refrigerator, and I'm going to use it for another recipe. I got other recipes that I use tomatoes in, so. I guess I should have chopped those tomatoes up a little bit smaller. But see, if you're out camping or something, and you have access to electricity, which a lot of the campgrounds, you can get camping spots with electricity or without. And if you have electricity, you can use one of these induction cookers right in your campsite and don't have to worry about cooking over a hot fire. We got GVN Wet, Gen West, I can't pronounce that. Yeah, I do use Splenda. Well, not Splenda, I use Sweet and Low. Uncle BB. Thank you, Uncle BB. Yeah, I've always used Sweet and Low. In fact, here it is, right here. Sweet and low. I try to get away from using too much sugar. I mean, I use sugar, but, you know, hey, I cut out as much sugar as I can. Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit of water, not much. We'll see how much these tomatoes cook down. I call this a one-pot meal, one-dish meal. Because, I mean, you know, I like meals like this with no meat. I mean, you can add meat, you can cook meat on the side. That's what you got the other burner for, is to cook your meat on. This would go great with pork chops, sliced barbecue brisket. Well, this don't want to come to a boil. Now, come on, get cooking. But it doesn't take long at all to cook tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. So like I said, if you don't have tomatoes in your garden that you can use from fresh, just get you a can of tomatoes. I mean, in the wintertime, if I don't have tomatoes canned or in the freezer, I'll buy a can of canned tomatoes, and that's what I use. This is getting just about right here. I want those tomatoes cooked down quite a bit. I don't want great big hunks in there. Got to taste this for seasoning. It's pretty good. Won't take too much longer. I need my laptop up higher so I can read it, but I don't have anything to put it on. So I have a small arm roast and veggies in the slow cooker. Oh, that sounds good, Tamara. Yeah, Uncle BB, I never knew. For the life of me, I couldn't understand what that woman was talking about. I never knew there was a right and wrong way to pray. I mean, that just left me mind boggled, you know. No two people pray the same way. You don't go to school to learn how to pray. I mean, hey, give me a break here. Now I'm going to put a real good helping of butter in here. I mean, if you got a whole stick of butter, go for it, you know. That's about what I'm going to try to get in here. A whole stick of butter. That's probably about a whole stick right there. I want plenty of butter in there. I want cheese in there. Finally, my pot's boiling. I don't have to cook them completely in there, but I want those noodles about half done. Not quite completely soft. I bet some of you have already guessed what I'm cooking. Now I just put a little bit of the Velveeta cheese in there. And I'm going to add other cheese too. Didn't get a lid for that pot. I don't know what I did with the lid to it. Woo. Let's see if it's over here. Well, this is not the exact lid, but it'll work for what I want it for. I'm going to turn this down a little. On about 3, I had it on 8. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. This is my Sunday dinner. Uncle BB said, tomato mac and cheese. You got it right. Old-timey tomatoes with mac and cheese. It's an old southern standby. It's a Appalachian recipe as well. It's very popular in Appalachian homes and southern homes. I'm going to go ahead and heat my oven. Make sure I don't have nothing in there. Heat my oven up to about 350. Could probably put my cheese and my butter and some of this stuff up while we're waiting. Don't really like all the stuff just piled around my cooking area that I don't need. Some of it I still need, but some of it I don't, so. I like a pretty well clean cooking area. I'm just melting that cheese down real good. See how my macaroni noodles are coming. That's good. I'm going to drain them a little bit. Put those macaroni noodles right in the pan. And they're cooked pretty well. I mean, they're not 100% cooked, but they're cooked good enough. You don't want them real soggy to put in there. You want them with some substance to them. See, I don't think I'm going to need any water. I'm going to add some triple cheddar. Now, normally you put about 2 cups of cheese, but I put that big hunk of Velveeta in there, so I want to put about a cup of this triple cheddar. So that'll equal my 2 cups of cheese that goes in the dish. Almost forgot. Don't know if this is going to work or not. I've got to get the blender over here. And I've got some breadcrumbs here that kind of dried. I'm going to try to just pulverize them. Because you know this Italian bread, or French bread, it dries out real fast. Liable to make a lot of noise doing it, but hey, I wanted to see breadcrumbs. Now you can use Ritz crackers, anything, to make breadcrumbs. I'm going to try this. I don't know how it's going to work. I guess you can see that there. It's not wanting to go down in there good, but it's chopping it up. Just have to keep moving it around a little bit, probably. I get it down in there. need to break it up a tiny bit. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Put it in a baggie, I guess. Find me a baggie. There's always more than one way to skin a cat. I let this get pretty hard. But it will make good a good topping. Well, now, I'll take the good old standby rolling pin. I'm gonna beat it up over here. Well, I can probably do it over here. Whoop. I got tomatoes rolling off the counter, y'all. Now I'll dump it in there. That's just about the amount that I need, too. There you be. I gotta take my garbage out. My bag is full here. That's gonna bug me. I gotta go find my tomato. There it be. Poor tomato rolled right off the counter. Right out of the bowl. Now what I'm going to do is put me a little bit of, and get me a bowl or something to put it in. This will work. I was going to cook that in the pan, but I don't really know if I want to do that. Whoops. I might rather put it in a casserole dish. But if you want to cook it in your pan, feel free to do so. I know a lot of people like to cook it in the pan. Just put the whole cast iron pan in there. Well, you know what? I'm liable to just leave it in the pan. That's what I intended to do to start with. Let's see. We're going to put some garlic powder in with our crumbs. We're going to put a little bit of oil, olive oil in there and just mix it up. About a tablespoon, so. Yeah, it's a lot easier just to leave it in the pan, so I think that's what I'll do. I'll just wash that little bit of oil I put in that casserole dish out. It's easier to store it if you put it in there, though, with me, because I'm not going to eat that whole pan full of, you know, I'm going to change my mind again. I think I am going to put it in my casserole dish, to put it in the oven and put my breadcrumbs and my other cheese on top, because I can't store it in this cast iron pan, and there's no way I'm going to eat all that. So, and I'm going to add just about 1/4 cup of milk. Go ahead and mix that in before I put it in my casserole dish. And I hope it'll fit in my casserole dish. But if you were in Appalachian or Appalachia or in the deep south where I came from, you'd probably just leave it in your frying pan, in your cast iron pan, pop it, you know, put your toppings on the top, and then just put it in the oven and cook it that way. I have a hard time with these pans because they're so heavy. I need a spoon or something to scrape it out with, because I've got some in the... Yeah, I was doing a little bit too much at one time, and some of my noodles got stuck to the bottom of the cast iron pan. But that's okay. Go ahead and run some water in there so I can clean it up later. Yeah, so if you're one of those people that you got a lot of people that's going to be eating with you today, or when you cook this dish, feel free to go ahead and leave it in the cast iron pan. Put your toppings on it and cook it that way. But I think this is going to be easier for me to deal with after it's cooked without storing it, because there's no way I'm going to be able to eat all that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some grated Parmesan cheese. Y'all approve? I have a cooked pan like that. Gladys tomatoes and macaroni. Gladys is in the house. Yeah, now I'm going to put some grated Parmesan cheese. This is shredded. Well, basically the same thing. But I'm going to put the cheese on it, on the top. And see, if I left it in my pan, I would have had to taken it out of the pan and put it in something else to store it. And it works better for me just to put it in a casserole dish. So you can do whichever. I mean, the old-fashioned way was to leave it in the pan, brown your toppings, finish cooking it. Put it on your table on a heat mat, and I guarantee you the pan was empty by the end of the meal. I can't eat that much. And now I'm going to put my breadcrumbs on top. So it just shows you, if you get Italian bread or French bread in those little rolls, and as long as it don't get moldy, mine didn't get moldy, it got hard. So I said, well, that'll make great breadcrumbs. You know, I won't have to buy breadcrumbs. I can use that part of loaf of bread as some breadcrumbs. But just sprinkle that all over the top of that Parmesan cheese. going to make the best topping. Oh my goodness. And that was only about a quarter of a roll of that bread. And it gives you plenty of topping, plenty of breadcrumbs. There we go. You know me, I don't like to leave food on the top of my dish because it'll end up burning. So I always take a cloth and wipe my dish off. I'm going to get a pan now to put under it in case it boils over. I mean, it probably won't, but I like to be safe anyway. Because I don't like to scrub out my oven. So it fits right on my pizza pan. I'm going to put it in a 350 oven for about 20 minutes. I'll set my timer over here. We'll go 25. Leave my mats up here because I'm going to be using them. Oh, I need my... But I put maybe a half a cup of Parmesan cheese sprinkled on that. And I'm going to wipe the top of my cook stove off, my burners, because I don't want any debris left on there that may have gotten on those burners from cooking. And I can go ahead and unplug that now. But I got my timer set. See, I'm a woman. I change my mind quite often when I do stuff. But I know for me, it is so much easier to cook it in that casserole dish and then be able to put a cover on the casserole dish to store it in the refrigerator rather than leaving the whole I'm trying to get here where I can see my chat, y'all, because I can't see the chat up there. It's too far away. Oh, I need me a drink of water. Pull my laptop a little bit closer. Yes, sir, Robert. You can most certainly cook eggs in a cast iron skillet. I used to cook my bacon and eggs in my cast iron skillet all the time. Let me turn this around so you can see me sitting here. We got our casserole in the stove, the oven. And I'm going to sit right here in front of it until my timer goes off. And we'll take it out when the timer goes off. And we'll see what it looks like. Linda, your bun reminds me of Miss Lawson's 3rd grade ADT teacher. 1967, had a crush on her. Oh, my hair. It was so hot I just pulled it up. I couldn't handle it down on my neck. It just made me 3 times hotter. So I had to pull it up. And there's Elite Kid. Hello, aren't you from Japan, I think? Were you the one from Japan? What's she cooking? I'm cooking mac and cheese with tomatoes, casserole. It's an old southern Appalachian recipe. I'm so glad I remembered right, Elite Kid. I thought you were the one from Japan. So welcome to our Sunday afternoon live chat. How many we got in here? 39 watching right now. That's not too bad. Oh, it's glad it's not feeling well. Yes, sir, Robert. I used to cook all my breakfasts in my cast iron skillet. I've got smaller ones, you know, like 6 and 8 inch cast iron pans, and I used to cook bacon, sausage, and do my eggs right in that same little pan. So yes, you can most certainly cook egg. You can cook anything in a cast iron skillet. And what's so good about it, like fixing this casserole, if I was fixing it for a big family, a lot of people coming to eat with me, I'd have left it right in that cast iron pan, and I'd have put it in the oven to brown the toppings. I would not have switched, but since I don't have a lot of people to come help me eat it, I'm thinking of storage later, so I put it in that casserole dish. That way I can take out what I eat for my lunch today or dinner tonight, and then I can wrap it up and put it in the refrigerator when it cools off. And it'll be real easy to store rather than the cast iron pan. Elite Kid said, I wish I lived in America. Well, maybe one day. And there's Ava. Hello, Ava. Oh no, there's another one that's saying, would you rather watch a Negro or a tree grow? Please don't come in here with those corny remarks. Because we know you're trolls doing that, and you're going to get booted out. Private channel Cindy said, my casserole looked great. Well, I can't wait to dig into this one because I love mac and cheese. And I love tomatoes, and putting them together is just awesome. And you know, I wing it with my recipes. I hardly ever measure anything. I just kind of guess at it because I've cooked for so long. I can kind of guess what's a half a teaspoon or a tablespoon, that type of thing, or a half a cup. But I'll tell you basically what I put in there, you know. You had a crush on your third grade teacher. Well, I'm glad your casserole looked great, Cindy. Have 2 titles for your future cookbook. Declutter, cook. Cook and clean as you go. Hauser method. Both sounds pretty good. Elite Kid said, I'm making Japanese soup with some Japanese bread with American coffee plus matcha for dessert. That sounds good, Elite Kid. Sounds real good. Cindy says, thanks so much for a luxury. Yeah, y'all, the moderators don't put up with any of these trolls. They come in and start saying some of their off-the-wall comments like they've always done before. Just boot them out. Don't even waste time with them. Just boot them out. You should have made you some curry, Elite Kid. Well, I like curry as long as it's not real spicy hot. But I found a lot of curries that I've tasted or tried to eat in the past have been extremely hot, pepper-wise. Yeah, my camera's way up there, so I can't see the chat up there. I mean, I guess I could bring it closer, but I try to give you the best view of what I'm doing, because a lot of people, when I just focus on the food, they say, well, we want to see you too. And then when I put the camera on me, they can't see the food. So I try to put the camera at an angle and a distance so you can see basically everything I'm doing. No, I don't think I've ever tried a Japanese curry. That might be really good. Well, my mom always used the pasteurized American cheese in the box, just like I had that I cut the hunk off of. That's what my mom always used. But now, when I first got married, our income was really low. So I really didn't have a whole lot of money to spend on groceries each month. So I know what you're talking about. I bought a lot of the macaroni and cheese in the boxes that had the powdered cheese in it, and you just add your milk. And hey, some of those are pretty good. And later on, if I had extra cheese, when I made the macaroni and cheese with that box mix with the powdered cheese, I would add a little bit of fresh cheese in with it. And it made it even better. Oh, Elite Kid, you found out just yesterday your dad was Korean. Wow. So you probably grew up with Korean cuisine and Japanese. A mixture of both types of food. Yeah, I've done that too. I've added a little bit of cheese to my spaghetti before. But I did it all the time with that Kraft, or sometimes it was Kraft box macaroni and cheese. Sometimes it was the cheaper brand. And I just add a slice or two of cheese in it. And it tasted pretty good. It made a pretty good mac and cheese. Yeah, I feel fortunate to have the background that I have. You know, my grandparents, my grandfather, my great-grandparents came to the USA straight from Italy. So they brought a lot of those Italian recipes with them. My grandmother that married my Italian grandfather was English-Irish. So she had a lot of the American-type Irish dishes that she would cook. My mom was from New York as well, so, you know, she was raised on the New York style food that they had up there. My dad was from the deep south of North Carolina, so he was raised on a farm. Everything that was put on that kitchen table to eat was from the farm. Their ham, their bacon, their beef, their everything, their sausage, everything came from the farm. All their vegetables came from the farm. So, you know, I grew up learning how to cook a lot of the fresh vegetables and meats and different things like that from growing up in the South. So you're very fortunate to have mixed parents, one from one country, one from another, because it's very versatile with their daily menus. Uncle BB said, I used to want it just with the powder before you add the milk. Well, I always added milk and a lot of butter. I always wanted a lot of butter in mine. And butter just adds something to your dishes, you know. And I don't think butter is as bad as people claim, because a lot of these fitness experts tell you, don't cut out the fat, don't cut out the butter, don't cut out the bread and all that stuff if you're trying to lose weight. Do just the opposite. You need to eat more most of the time. I need my little timer over here. It doesn't make very much noise, and sometimes I don't think it's running when it's back here. I can barely hear it with it on the table here in front of me. But yeah, this is going to be my Sunday meal today, my Southern Appalachian mac and cheese with tomatoes. And it's going to be good. I can't wait to dig in. Yeah, a lot of times I did that when my kids were growing up because they'd fight over meatballs, and finally I used to make fresh meatballs in my spaghetti sauce. And then they'd fuss, that my two kids would fuss that, oh, he got more meatballs than me, or she'd say, no, he'd say, she got more meatballs than me. So finally I just eliminated that problem. I started just breaking it up and just putting the meat in the sauce, not in the meatballs, so they couldn't argue who got the most meatballs. And usually, you know, I tried to make it even, so each one got an even amount of meatballs, and one didn't get one more than the other, but they'd still fuss over them. I guess that meant my cooking was good, huh? Oh, you better believe it. I love salmon. I love fresh salmon, but it's so expensive here. But I get it occasionally, and I do buy the fillets that are already frozen individually in the bag that you can get. And they're the next best thing, but if I can catch it reasonably priced in the store and it's fresh, I'll buy a piece of it. They had a whole half a salmon on sale. No, it was a whole salmon on sale, and it was so cheap I couldn't resist. I bought the whole salmon, wrapped it up in aluminum foil with onions and potatoes, and I put it in the oven and I baked it. Oh my God, that was so good. It was the best salmon I ever had in my life, and I've not bought a whole one since. I mean, I haven't caught them on sale like that again. But you know, you can cook it, and then you can divide it up and put it in packages and refreeze it, or freeze it after you cook it. And that's what I did with that, because it was so much. But I think I spent like $10 for that whole salmon, and it was a big one. And usually you pay $30, $40 for a whole salmon? Salmon here is like $2 to $3. Is that a pound? Here it's like $5, $6, $7 a pound for fresh salmon. Because I'm lucky if I can get one fillet of salmon for like $8 or $9. That's a good size one. So yeah, I don't buy it too often, but I do love it. And like I said, I'll get the frozen salmon because it's a lot cheaper, and I do eat it. I need to get me some more salmon this week. I haven't had salmon yet. Cindy's British Columbia. In British Columbia. In Japanese money, it costs 250, 300 yen. And see, I don't know what yen is compared to American money. In New York, it's $7.99 when it's on sale. Yeah, see? Because salmon's not cheap around here in the United States. Oh, and I loved it when my son-in-law would go to Alaska once a year and come back with just tons of frozen salmon that they'd catch. And he'd give me a bunch of it. Oh, that was some of the best salmon. Unfortunately, he doesn't go anymore. Yeah, does anybody know what 250 or 300 yen is compared to US dollar? I don't have anything here to look it up on. Yeah, halibut's pretty expensive too. $15 per pound. Yeah, see, that's not cheap. And beef there is very limited. It's interesting to me how the different cultures in different countries, you know, have their different foods that are readily available to them and how they prepare them. Cindy, beautiful province. I haven't been there since I was a kid and we went to the World's Fair. In 1986. That was a while ago. I'm going to turn that up to 375, I think. Well, happy Sunday to you too, Virgo boy. Glad you came back. I just put a casserole in the oven. It's mac and cheese with tomatoes, a good old southern Appalachian dish. It was a standby in all the southern homes and Appalachia. You ask anybody in the deep south or that comes from Appalachia, they know what mac and cheese with tomatoes is. Or tomato mac and cheese, whatever you want to call it. I know, I can't wait. I haven't eaten. I did eat one cinnamon roll with a cup of coffee this morning. Real kind of early. That was my breakfast, and I haven't eaten anything since. So I'm getting a little hungry. It's 3:33 here in the afternoon, so it's pushing dinner time. Supper time. Oh, I do too, Virgo boy. I love Appalachian cooking. Deep South Appalachian cooking is so similar to Deep South where I'm from in North Carolina. Yep, they know how to cook. Southern people know how to cook. And I'm not saying other people don't. They just cook differently, I guess. I mean, Texans are famous for their beef briskets and their beans, their chili, barbecue. Not famous for pork though. They never had pork out here before. Yes, I got the last sorry about that. You know, I did a video on those cinnamon rolls the other day. And I ate my last cinnamon roll for breakfast this morning. No, I've never had puffer fish, Elite Kid. I thought they were poisonous. But I guess there's a way that Japanese people cook them or Korean people cook them that they're not poisonous anymore. Or maybe I've got the fish mixed up. It might be a different one I'm thinking of. How do you prepare puffer fish? You've had it? It costs up to 3,000 yen. Oh, wow. Which is $300 in US. Oh, my God. I couldn't afford to eat puffer fish. Oh, I miss venison too. I don't get it anymore. Nobody around me goes hunting anymore that gets venison. Mom tried to serve it to Dad. Yeah, I wouldn't know how to go about cleaning a puffer fish. I've never seen a puffer fish. She said it was flounder. I love flounder now. I used to eat flounder all the time. We lived back in North Carolina on the beach because we pulled in that net every day. And we always had at least 1 or 2 flounders in there. And I'd say the flounder's mine. You can't explain it, Elite Kid. It probably has a different taste that's hard to explain. I know I eat a lot of things that's really good, but it's hard to explain what they taste like. Oh, you're actually going to eat pufferfish next weekend. Well, more power to you if you can afford it. $300, I couldn't afford pufferfish. There goes my timer. Let's check our casserole. I may have to leave it in there a little bit longer, I don't know. It's browned a little bit, but I'm going to leave it in there about 5 more minutes, I think. Set the timer at 5 minutes. Let it brown just a tiny bit more. Oh, it cost up to $300. Well, what would a normal meal out in a restaurant cost for one person to eat pufferfish? Do you have any idea? That looked good. Oh, it's going to be good. I know it's going to be good. It will be so good. Got to get my cooker put up. I'll get me a the hot mat that one of my subscribers sent to me. I use these all the time. I'll set it right here because it's going to have to cool before I dig into it, that's for sure. $240. Wow. That's still expensive. I couldn't afford $240. Z-Saw says, Linda, can I come live with you? I don't know if I could handle having a roommate. I've lived by myself for so long. Well, even $185 for one meal for one person is really expensive here. They're doing real good, but they're getting too hot now. Some of my plants are trying to burn up from the heat because it's not been raining and the temperature's heated up in the 90s, middle 90s. And this Texas sun is real hot on my tomato plants. That's the reason I got that shade cloth over most of my garden back here. They'll survive pretty good through the summer as long as they're kept watered and they're under that shade cloth. But sometimes it gets so hot they quit producing, but then at the end of the summer they'll start producing again. Yeah, it's terrible with the taxes, you know, David. It's really... Oh, it's 64 over there. Yeah, in Texas, you've got to have shade cloth up over your garden, especially the plants that are real sensitive to the hot sun. And I keep hearing my water dripping back here. I got a mess back here to clean up. Yeah, taxes increase the cost. I mean, when you buy something for $19.99, you know you ain't gonna pay $19.99 for it. You're gonna pay at least $22 or more for that item that costs $19.99 by the time they put the sales tax on it. Burger King last week was $4.32. Is that just for tax, or was that for your meal? I haven't found anywhere where you can buy anything for $4.32 to eat anymore. I just ate the last cinnamon roll that I had. I said I was going to go ahead and eat it and get rid of it because it'd been in the refrigerator for a few days. I'm doing real good, Stylo 816. How are you doing? Oh, $3.99 for the for an Impossible Whopper. I've never ordered one of those, but I do know you can get a lot of specials on the apps that you can't get in the restaurant at McDonald's. You can only get, they're only available on the app. I think it's done, or should be done. Oh yes, that's brown enough. Go ahead and turn that hot oven off. Put that right there. Look at that. Don't that look good, y'all? But it's got to cool down. I mean, it's bubbling. There's no way I'm going to taste it right now. It's too hot. In Canada, the 51st state. Yeah, I know even McDonald's prices have went up. And to get like one of their meals is like $12, $13 or more. Just a sandwich alone is $9, $10. So I usually get the family special, the $5 family meal. I get a McDouble. I guess it's a junior McDouble. You get 4 chicken nuggets, you get fries, and you get a Coke. And that's plenty for me to eat at one time. Little kid, anyway, Linda, I'm going to take a nap. I'll join you later. Bye, Americans. Well, you have a blessed night or day. I don't know, can't remember what time it is in Japan. But I know your time is not, it's not the same as ours. Tamara said Linda downloaded the app. Yeah, don't this look good? I can't wait to dig in, I tell you. It looks so good. I'm liable to have to sit here and eat me some right in front of everybody, I tell you. I do love McFlurries. I don't know what that is, Little Pest Control. Is McFlurries a restaurant or fast food place? Because we don't have that here. McDonald's ice cream. I haven't gotten McDonald's ice cream in years. I used to get it with the kids all the time, or my granddaughter. On a hot day, we'd go in there and I'd get her an ice cream cone. She loved it. Uncle BB said that. I don't know what app you're talking about, Uncle BB. Do you have Arctic Circles in Texas? Not that I'm aware of. Oh, the restaurants. No, I've never heard of it before. Oh, okay. McDonald mixes up ice cream with either cookies or some whatever candy bites, mixes it up, and that's what's called a McFlurry. Huh, that's interesting. I need to come to Salt Lake City, Utah. I might check their menu and see if they have McFlurries at McDonald's here. Or I'll check on their app and see if they've got them. I might get one just to see what it is, try it. We love lots of foods here, but we don't have that good Texas barbecue. Yeah, in North Carolina, I never ate barbecued brisket before. And in Texas, that is it. I mean, if you want barbecue, you're going to get beef. When you talk about barbecue, they either say you're talking about baby back ribs or beef brisket. Because like I said, the first day we came into Texas, it was lunchtime, and we stopped at a restaurant coming in. It was a barbecue place. And I had my mouth just set on eating a good old pulled pork barbecue sandwich. And I went in there, and that's what I ordered. The guy behind the counter looked at me. He said, "Lady, this is Texas. We don't have pork here." It's like, what? He said, "We have beef barbecue. We can give you a barbecue sandwich, sliced barbecue ribs, but we don't have pulled pork here. This is beef country," he said. Oh, they said you have an M&M one and a Oreo cookie one. That sounds real good, a little pest control. I'll have to try that. I gotta try some of my casserole, y'all. I really do. It's gonna drive me crazy sitting here smelling it right in front of it and not tasting it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I made a mess, y'all. I made a mess. I got it all over the table. I made a mess on the table. Can't have that. I couldn't stand myself sit here and eating it on the table like that. Do you have Dairy Queen? Yes, we do. We have a Dairy Queen and a Dairy King. Soapy Rag to the rescue. There you go, Uncle BB. Dear Lord, bless this food I'm about to eat, and bless all my YouTubers that are watching. Amen. I gotta try it. Oh my God. It smells so good. I need me some garlic toast right now. That's the only thing I'm missing is a good old big hunk of garlic toast, and I don't have any more bread. Mmm. Mmm. This is so good, y'all. I hate to eat in front of you, but I can't wait. I can't wait. Y'all take a bite. Take a big old bite right there. Oh, it's so good. Mmm. I'll tell you. You got this, you don't need meat. This is so good in itself, you don't need anything else. I like lasagna hot or cold. Yes, we do have Dairy Queen and Dairy King in the U.S. Little Pest Control says, send me some, I need it. Yeah, the Dairy Queen or Dairy King Blizzards are really good. It's been a while. I think I did the video on the last one I got. And that's been a while ago. Last year sometime. You can't go wrong with this casserole, I'll tell you. Oh my God. This mac and cheese with tomatoes is to die for. You can't get anything better than this in any restaurant. I want to give you some, but I can't. Take a mouth. Take a mouthful. That's me, Uncle BB. I like food. People ask what my favorite food is. It's hard to say because I like so much. But I do have to say, if I had to choose right now and choose anything I wanted out there, it would probably be fried catfish and shrimp. Because I love seafood. But I tell you what, it's hard to beat this tomato mac and cheese casserole. It really is. It's so good. It's right up there with all of them at number one. I know. Just one little container of that expensive ice cream is $10. That's why I don't ever buy it, because I can't afford it. Well, not only the fact that I get the low milk content or low fat. I get the Great Value ice cream because it's lower in the fat content. The Real Rich ice cream I have a little bit of trouble eating. I mean, I have eaten it, but I try not to eat too much of it. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm coughing. I love ice cream drumsticks. They're one of my favorite ice creams. I know sometimes I'll get a craving for the ice cream drumsticks. And you know, you can buy them by the box in the grocery store. So I'll buy a box of them, and I can't stop with eating just one. I eat two, at least two at one time. Can we get a close-up of the casserole? Sure can. Wait a minute. I'm trying to see what I'm showing you. How's that? Don't that look good? I got all of it stuck to my fork. It is good, little pest control. I wish I could give you a plate full of it. It is so good. It's so good, I gotta scrape up all the little stuff in my plate. You know it's good when you can't leave a drop in your plate. Yeah, it's really good, Tamara. You need to try one. And like I said, if you don't have fresh tomatoes, just get you about a 10-ounce can of crushed tomatoes or cut tomatoes or whatever they call them. And they'll work just as well. Use water and all. Because you don't want to add plain water to your recipe if you can help it. Because your tomatoes are going to have a lot of water in them, and you're going to cook your noodles till they're almost completely done before you even put them in with the rest of the stuff. And you notice I did not put my chicken broth powder in water to mix it. I just dumped it right in my tomatoes because I didn't want to water it down with a lot of water. Got to go, be back in seconds. Okay. Yeah, that is. My casserole is about the same color as the fur babies, isn't it? Oh yes, fish cakes would go tremendously good with this. I haven't made salmon patties in a while. That would go great with this tomato mac and cheese casserole. But I'll tell you what, it's so good. It's a meal in itself. Something else that would be good in it, chopped up ham. If you had some ham slices from like a smoked ham or something that you had for a meal and you had a few slices left, chop it all up, put it in that. Oh, that would have been so good. It would be tremendously good, even bacon. I'm out of bacon. I've got to go to the store, and I said I'm going to run to the store for the last couple of days, and I haven't been yet. That's the reason I'm out of bread. But yeah, some people would have thrown that piece of hard, dried bread away that I had, you know, from that, I don't know, it was a French roll or Italian roll of bread. But it dries out really quick. So I saved it. I kept it up there wrapped up, and I said, that's going to be some breadcrumbs in some recipe coming up. I didn't have any idea when I left it there that it was going to be in a tomato mac and cheese casserole, but it made some good topping for it. Cooked ground beef would be good in it. But then you're heading toward oh, what do I want to call it? One of those mixes you get that you add beef and different things to, and it's either either pasta or hamburger helper is what I'm talking about. That it would be leaning toward a hamburger helper, I think. if you started adding beef and stuff to it. But it would be good. And homemade, it's even better. Hey Edith, welcome. You missed all the cooking. I got my casserole out of the oven. It's sitting right here. Goulash. You can't beat this mac and cheese with tomatoes, though. You can make just a meal in itself right there. You don't even need bread with it. It's so good. Yeah, add all you can to any recipe. Make it your own. Put what you like in there. It would be good with ground beef cooked in this, chopped up ham, even Spam. If you chopped up a can of Spam in chunks and put it in, browned it first and then put it in here, that would be good because it tastes like ham. Chicken would even be good, I think. I got a mosquito bite on the back of my neck. Yeah, Edith, I just got through cooking a great southern Appalachian dish. Real famous in deep south and Appalachia is a tomato mac and cheese. That's how you come up with new recipes. Add your own ingredients. Go crazy. If you got it, put it in there. Beef would be, like chopped up barbecue would be good in there. Chopped up barbecue beef. Brisket, any of that would be good chopped up in that. Each different meat that you add to it would give it a different flavor. The chicken would take it one way, the beef would take it a different direction. The ground beef would definitely be really yummy. This casserole is too much. I'm going to be over here dipping in the dish again. I'll tell you, it's good. I want to eat more of it. I'm hungry. I'm definitely hungry. Well, William, you'll have to make you one. You'll have to make you a tomato mac and cheese casserole like this. That's okay, Edith. She took an afternoon nap. You can watch the replay of it. Just give it time to process the chat so you can read the chat. Thank you, Edith. If I didn't love food so much, I could lose weight, couldn't I? But if you've never tried this, you need to try it. I guarantee you, you'll love this casserole. And now see, since I took it out of the cast iron pan, I can let it cool completely. I can wrap it with aluminum foil, and I can put it right in the refrigerator to store it. If I'd have left it in the cast iron pan, since it's not all going to be eaten at one time, I would have had to scoop it out, put it in another dish, and then stored it away. So I eliminated having to do that. But it browns and makes the crusty part around the edge so much better in the cast iron pan. William said, Edith, I agree. I do look beautiful today. You do look beautiful, William. Now, oh my God, I'm going to make myself sick with this casserole because it's so good, y'all. Yeah, I hope you had a really good nap, Edith. I scratched that mosquito bite back there on my neck. Now I got it itching. I'm not going to want to leave it alone. How many of you have ever tried a tomato mac and cheese before? Any of you in chat ever made this recipe before? I mean, mine may be a little bit different than one you've ever seen, but have any of you actually cooked a tomato mac and cheese before? Edith said, I will have to request the casserole. Looks delicious. Yep, you go right ahead. What do you do where you live, Edith? Can you put in requests for the kitchen to cook certain meals for you? Or, cook certain things for everybody? Let's see if I can lower this. We don't need it so high up, I don't think, anymore. But it's not straight. Mary Jensen says never. Well, you'll have to try it because it's really good. And I'm so glad I had the fresh tomatoes to put in it. That made it even better. Tamara said, yes, it's a staple. Lenten supper. Mary said, but I'm going to. Looks awesome. It is. It's so good. You'll be glad you made it. You'll be very happy you made it. William says, Linda, can you send me some casserole? If so, send it up P.O. box. I'm hungry. I don't think I could do that. It'd probably be spoiled by the time you got it in this heat. You'd have to send it in a refrigeration truck. And I probably couldn't afford the postage on that or the shipping cost. And there's Joe. Hi, Super White Queen. This is me in the picture. I'm not giving up until I'm your black slave. Oh, so you got a picture of you there. I can't enlarge it. I wish I could. I could really see. Huh. Oh, goodness. We've been on here for 109 minutes. Been on almost 2 hours. But as you can see, it really didn't take a long time to get this fixed. It took longer because I had to peel the tomatoes. I cooked the tomatoes before I did all the rest of it. And if you use canned tomatoes, it would go a lot quicker because you don't have to peel the tomatoes. You don't have to cook them. They're already cooked. Basically, just heat them up in your pan and add your other ingredients. But it's so much better with fresh tomatoes. You wouldn't believe. The taste is unbelievable. Edith, he's got it bad. What can I say? He's got it bad. Some of you other ladies sweet talk Joe so he'll get his mind off of me. Yeah, I'll be fixing the neck bones in a day or so, I guess. I'm not sure what day I'll make them, but they're coming up pretty soon. Already bought them. I just got to get with it and get all the ingredients together and actually do it. And hey, those neck bones would even go good with this tomato mac and cheese, you know. It'd go good with a lot of different meat dishes. Joe, you remind me of a lovesick teenager. In love with his little girlfriend. That's probably not even a teenager yet. Okay, well, you know, I've done cooking. I've eaten some of it already, and it's so good. Y'all got to try it. I'm not kidding. It's really, really good. You will not be sorry if you fix this recipe. I'll guarantee you. And I think I'm going to go ahead and end my video because I got all this dirty dishes to clean up. I got to clean up my kitchen now. And I know you don't want me to do it on live. You don't want to see me just wash up my dirty dishes, so. Yeah, I think I'm going to end my video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's see if I can see up here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I appreciate each one of you coming into my live today, helping me cook my casserole. It is so good, y'all. You got to try it. You'll love it. Okay, Uncle BB, you have a blessed day. But all of you, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it so much, more than you know. Y'all have a blessed night tonight. Have a blessed rest of your Sunday afternoon. And I'll see you on my next one. Please tell everyone to like, share, and subscribe to my videos. And I'll see you later. Bye now.